Hi folks, welcome back to my World of Tanks replays with the mighty Jingles. Today, we're in the E-100. Now, I'll just get this out of the way right at the start. I do not like this tank. It's too big, it's too slow, it's too poorly armed. It's just a great big fat XP pinata for every other tank on the enemy team. It's a tier 10 German heavy, of which there are two. There's this and the Mouse. This is the newest one. Where the Mouse has a technically inferior gun and much better armour, this still has good armour, is more mobile, but it's still big and slow. And technically has a better gun, but in practice, I mean, that is a big gun. Look at that. That is the 150mm tank gun. It is absolutely huge. But as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm loading high explosive. The reason I'm doing this is because the penetration on this gun is just stupidly low. I have so many bounces firing this gun at Russian tanks that when I get up close and personal, I tend to switch to high explosive, because at least that way I know I'm going to do some damage and knock out modules, kill their crew. I really don't do well in this tank at all, and I'm quite lucky in this game that there was nothing coming down this road other than a Ferdinand and an IS. But you are public enemy number one for every artillery piece on the battlefield in this thing. Now, these side skirts that you have here, they actually provide some quite good protection for your tracks from artillery splash damage. So there we go, firing at a Ferdinand, and here comes artillery. There we go, nearly 700 damage from a direct hit. So your armour is going to go, and that was from a GW Tiger, so your armour does go somewhere towards mitigating. I mean, that could have done 2,000 damage, but my armour mitigated most of that. Splash damage, you rarely find yourself tracked because of the side skirts that it has, and the frontal armour it's not bad. I mean, that upper glacis is very, look at this, look at the angle on that. It's very, very bouncy. The gun mantle is very, very good. The frontal turret armour, if you are at close range with an enemy tank, always try to turn your turret, angle your turret away from him while you're reloading, because most of the tier 10 heavy tank guns, especially the French and the American ones, can get through that frontal turret despite the thickness and the slope. But what everybody is going to do, if they get the chance, is shoot at that lower glacis, because it's well angled, but if they can get low enough to hit it straight on, they're going to cut through it like cheese, and your transmission is located in the front of that glacis, and you're going to get your engine set on fire. Now I've got high explosive loaded. Watch this.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Yeah. But now we're nice and close, and that's an IS over there, so I'm switching to armour piercing. You're going to find you're doing this a lot in the E-100. Try and judge the situation and select the relevant ammunition. You've got something like a 15-second reload though. On paper you'd think it would be like driving around a heavy tank with a BL-10 gun, and it really isn't.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
It's nowhere near as consistent as even the BL-10. So, and I look what's in front, and I think, I'm loading AP. No, screw that. High explosive. Now there's an E-75 over there. I think he's the next one who's going to hit me. And just watch where he shoots. Eventually. Come on, where are you?
Enemy is hit.
There we go. I hit him for about 300. It's probably messed up some modules, maybe killed a crew member. But penetrates me. There it is. 500 damage. So the armour that you've got on this thing, Well, on paper, you've got good armor.
Penetration.
In practice, you may as well be driving an E-75. So there's a mouse down there. He's on a lot higher health than I am. And he's got the E-75's gun. So it's a lot more accurate. It's got better penetration than mine. So I'm going to soften him up with HE. Try and knock out. There we go.
Looks like that one went right
Hopefully, I'll knock out a loader or maybe damage his ammo rack. And I don't want to get... I really don't want to get in front of this guy's gun. So what my plan is to go around here so that I can approach him from downhill, keep that lower glacis covered up. But he turns his
through. Enemy
turret,
armor is destroyed.
and I get to put one through the side of his turret. And there's only one mouse left, and I don't know if you're looking at the scores here. This is a bolter's medal
One of our
game
tracks was hit. One of our gas tanks ruptured.
for a
We're low on
T-54
fuel.
driver. I don't want that mouse to hit me again, so I'm taking cover behind the wreck of this KV-3. Oh yes, I've only taken 3 hits. And I'm on a quarter health. That one hit my gun mantle. That's not going to go through. And that's the thing about the E-100. I mean, it's not a terrible tank. It's just the games it gets thrown into.
Looks like that one went right through.
1286 damage. This gun is capable of doing some horrific amounts of damage, but it just isn't consistent. You get a close range with IS-7s and IS-4s, you get bounce after bounce after bounce with this gun. The solution to that is to use gold ammunition, according to a lot of people, but it's my philosophy that if a tank requires gold ammunition in order to do the job it was designed to do, that's a fundamentally broken tank. And yet, there are people out there who love their E-100. I am certainly not one of them. And they do very well. I've seen people running it. I've seen people getting bolter's medals with E-100s. I'm not trying to put you off it. I regard it as the worst tier 10 tank out there. But I am already famous for liking fast medium tanks, and this is definitely not a fast medium tank, so I'm probably biased against it from the start. I mean, it does have its weaknesses, that lower glacis at the front that can be penetrated by tier 6 and up tank guns. It's a huge target, it's very slow, the turret rotates very slowly, the gun is mediocre, but people have done well in worse tanks. So, by all means, give it a go. That was the E-100, German Tier 10 heavy tank. I am the Mighty Jingles. Hope you enjoyed the video.